Hey, what's going on, guys? You guys ever do something and you're like, I want to do that all the time? After putting the other intake on my car, I had this wonderful idea. I'm like, I want to feel that power all the time, drag and drive or not. Like, that intake just doesn't cut it anymore. So, what we're going to be doing today is removing the trim off of the hood, and we're going to cut it to be able to fit the velocity stack on it. So really shouldn't be too much work involved in that. I just want to cut it just enough for the velocity stack to stick out of it. So I can either have the intake look like this and not look awful, or have the velocity stack on it and operate like it should. And that also keeps the hood on it. So I'm either going to leave that straight coupler on it, which is option A, which is just super simple, or option B is trimming this guy down to be able to maybe have a slight angle upward, but I'd basically only be using enough to fit on the throttle body there and enough to fit the velocity stack there. So I think there might actually be a benefit of just using the straight coupler here, which I'm pretty sure that's just what I'm going to do, is just run the straight coupler. So it's simple and easy, and all we'd really have to trim is maybe, a few more inches out. But I'm going to do some brainstorming and bring you guys along for the thoughts. I also, on a random note, got a pair of Meta Ray-Ban Gen 2s that I'm going to be posting a lot more short form content with on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube here, and bring some of those clips into the videos, but obviously not have it be the whole video because it only shoots landscape instead of portrait, I think is how it is, or portrait instead of landscape, whatever. I'm not a photographer. I'm a vlogger, and this is already set out how it needs to be set out. So enough rambling. I'm going to get the weather stripping stripped off the hood, and while we're doing that, I'm going to do some brainstorming. So I'll see you guys when I figure out something. All right, guys, so we measured. There's an inch of play on here that we could put the coupler on. So we're actually going to measure an inch away from this 90 here, and probably it's going to end up about right here. We're going to cut all this off and see if I could just stick this on just about right there, and see if it'll actually go out and kind of sit more level out of the hood without having to cut much more. So that's the first step. I'll give you guys an update once we decide to do that, and I'll let you guys know. Alrighty, guys, so this is the finished product of what we did. There's a lot more cutting involved than what I thought, but I thought maybe having a little bit more space out here would make a lot more sense for the velocity stack to not get hindered of any air. So we have this going. We did cut the coupler, and we did trim a lot off of the hood, but again, this is a hood off of a wrecked car, so I don't really feel too bad. I'd rather have it be purposeful like this. So with that, let's go for a drive. That's why I do this. I hope you realize. You see why I do that? Jesus. And it's dancing. It was spinning the whole way up there. That's disgusting. Yeah. Traction control on still. Hey guys, to finish off this video, I do apologize I didn't get very much of the cutting into this video, but these seals used to touch. So that's kind of to show how much we actually did cut off there, and then just rounded this out. And we did have to cut that one brace out, which I kind of knew that had to happen. So, but here's the final product. It doesn't look too awfully bad. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Obviously air is going to not really be restricted from that standpoint. So the only positive here is I have the velocity stack on it with the hood. I didn't expect to make any power, but I do expect it to be more aerodynamic. So that alone would probably save me a tenth or tenth and a half from what I've seen from people online. So that's one step closer to getting to a 9. Like I said, I did buy the GPI 2-step, and I actually have Ryan from GPI who's actually going to help me set it up and see if he can work with me a little bit to kind of change what I have going on. So that's awesome. Anyways, turn and burn is this week, and the weather looks horrible. So I don't even know if that's happening or what's going on with that, but I am so going to take the car and drive in the rain if I have to and enjoy the cruise. But better things going on is I'm working on the two biggest things I had was an aerodynamic inefficiency and launching, and both of those two things should be fixed by the time I go back out racing. So I don't even need that good of air to do what I need to do. I just need something better than I had. So what we got going on is I'm going to fit everything that I have that I want to take with me in the back of the trunk to see how much room I got. So I think I am actually going to talk through most of this. So I was just looking on my phone to see where I put everything from last year, and looks like without having the heater, the sleeping bags, because I'm going to just go back to either my house or my girlfriend's house, which is really funny. It's the farthest one away, but it's going to be the closest to here because we're just ending up at Summit Racing, which is about 20-25 minutes away from me. So any chance I can shower in my own shower and sleep in my own bed is getting to be a priority to me. So don't have to worry about a heater, don't have to worry about any propane bottles, don't have to worry about anything like that. So one thing I am picking up is a jack, obviously, for what you see down here. First thing's going in. These are my socket sets that I bought, and they've come in handy a lot, so it's nice to just carry these along for the ride. Can't go anywhere without the torque wrench, especially if you're changing tires. The heavy toolbox with, you know, miscellaneous screwdrivers and pliers and other ratchets and sockets that are needed. The inflator and deflator. The newly improved cut intake for racing purposes. So guys, that's kind of what all it looks like. I got the socket sets there, inflator, deflator, tool set. I have my detailing spray over there. I'm going to put the jack and a jack stand there. And the only other thing I'm missing is a tent just to claim my own area. So that's really it. Thankfully, again, this time it's not actually going to be that difficult because I'm not camping and it's not going to be cold. Well, it is going to be cold, but it's not going to be like 30 degrees sleeping out in the cold. So, thankfully for me, it's going to be a pretty good week. So I hope the weather permits a little bit better than what it's saying right now. The longer the day goes on, the less and less and less there's a rain chance. So that's beautiful. So hopefully I have a great week and you guys will be able to see some drag racing content here soon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.